Hey friends, Happy New Year. Hope your 2025 is off to a great start. Now, this video is going to be a little different. It's not going to be one of my usual videos where I run through tips and recommendations and guidelines and tutorials and case studies and everything's really tightly edited together. There's going to be no editing on this video, nothing. It's just going to be me talking to you. And I want to use this video as an opportunity to talk about the YouTube channel, what's going well, what's not going so well, and some of the learnings along the way. Now, I really want this to be, and frankly, selfishly want this to be a conversation. I want you to use that comment box more than ever. Please, please, please go and use that comment box. Let me know what topics you're interested in, what technologies you're interested in that you think I should make videos about. Let me know things that you're not interested in, that you don't want me to make videos about. Let me know the videos that you like that I put out there, the videos that you thought sucked, any recommendations or guidelines or guidance that you can give me to help me to make these videos as good as possible, right? Because my goal here is very simple. I'm so passionate about how to build fans and audiences and communities, right? I've been passionate about this since I was 18 years old. And I've had this view since I was 18 that it's too complicated for people. Like, people look at how to build fans and audiences and communities as this like mysterious science and art. And to me, it doesn't have to be that way. And my goal with this channel is to demystify how to do this work, to make it really easy for anybody to build a movement around what they're doing, right? Where you attract people to your work that are really excited and motivated, that give you great feedback and input, and help you to be the best that you can be, right? That's my goal with this channel. But in the spirit of that, I can only make great videos if I get great feedback from you folks. Like, YouTube is very generous with the analytics. It will tell you, when people are dropping off in the videos. It'll tell you how many people are clicking on the thumbnails and the titles. It will tell you all kinds of different things. And I'm a complete data nerd, so I've been pouring through that to figure out how to make these videos better. But the best kind of feedback, the best kind of input is when you leave me comments, right? So please, please, please let me know, what you think. 2024 was kind of a big year for this channel. I never set out to be a YouTuber, and this is a small YouTube channel, right? This is not a big channel by any stretch of the imagination. But I'm determined to make the best videos that I can make, because I think video is the most beautiful mechanism to not just teach people, but also build a relationship with people. Like, you can see me, you can see my body language. I'm hoping, if you've never met me, or if you've never been on a call with me, I'm hoping that I come across as genuine, as authentic, as useful, as someone who cares about the work that you're doing. So I think video is an amazing medium, but being successful in YouTube requires a lot of skill in different areas. And I really zoned in 2024 on learning those skills, right? From how to create great thumbnails and titles that will attract and entice people to watch the videos, to editing. At the beginning of 2024, I really wasn't doing hardly any video editing. I'd done a bit of video editing, and I'm not very good at video editing. So in 2024, I hired a video editor, and we spent a lot of time figuring out what the style, what the content of the videos should look like. Like, you should notice in all of my videos, there's no stock images. Those images of people in well-lit situations, hanging out and smiling with each other. I hate that stuff. I think it sucks. So, figuring out how to create a style and a aesthetic that is interesting, that's accessible, that is fun. And I still think there's a work in progress. That's a work in progress. I don't think we're fully there yet, but I'm really proud of Michael, the video editor that I work with. He's just been an absolute joy to work with. So the other thing was really figuring out how to communicate efficiently and effectively. When I look at some of the videos that I put out a couple of years ago, they were pretty rambly. I'd be watching them now. I watch them now and I'm like, get to the point, Bacon. Come on, get on with it. So learning how to teach efficiently and effectively has in itself been a learning process, and kind of opened up a bit of vulnerability of accepting that maybe I'm not as good of a teacher as I thought I was. Certainly when I look at some of the older videos that I used to put out there. So my hope here is that, I'm not rushing in these videos, but they're worth it. Like, when you see that I put a video out there that's 10 minutes long, that those 10 minutes are really useful to you and they're valuable to you. So there's been a lot of learnings. But what's been interesting throughout this process has also been kind of, if I'm being honest with you, is not letting my ego get in the way. At the beginning of 2024, I was very self-conscious about the fact that a lot of my videos don't get a lot of views, right? And I was like, you know, is this going to make me look bad? Is this going to make me look like I don't know what I'm doing? And I now honestly don't care about that for two reasons. One is that I don't think views are the metric of success in YouTube. I think the metric of success in YouTube is a collection of other things. It's how long people are watching your videos for, how long you keep people engaged for in those videos, and how people respond to those videos. But the other thing that's been super interesting that I would never have guessed is that even though a lot of these videos don't get a lot of views, the amount that there's been a consistent growth in 2024 of people telling me how much they like the videos and how much they watch them. So every conference I go to now, people come up to me and they say, I love your YouTube videos. You know, I have people signing up for my email newsletter, and the majority of people say that they join it because they checked out a couple of my videos and then they signed up from there. The majority of people who book calls with me to explore being a customer of ours in the Community Leadership Core come from our YouTube videos. The amount of times I get on Zoom calls with people or introductions are made to me with people, and it comes from people watching my YouTube videos. There's been an outsized impact of people watching these YouTube videos into my business and relationships and everything else. But when I look at the numbers of views in these videos, they're not that high. So the conclusion I've kind of come to here is, who cares about the number of views in the videos? What I care about is it's the right people watching the videos. And when I say right people, I don't mean, you know, people who match a particular level of sophistication or seniority or anything like that. I just mean it's people who are interested in this particular topic and they care about this, right? So this is a small channel. Look, I'm not going to deny it. I want this to grow. I want to get more views, right? I want to get more subscribers. But the only way in which I can do this is to be better, right? And if there are less views on a video, it means because that video isn't good enough yet, or it means that it hasn't been competitive enough in the YouTube landscape, right? So, you know, I want to make those videos better. I want to make these videos better, so it's worth your time. It makes your time when watching them more useful, okay? So what does this mean for 2025? And then I'll let you go. I'm going to be continuing with YouTube in 2025. I'm more excited than ever about making these videos. I'm really enjoying putting together these videos. And a lot of what I needed to do in 2024 was to make it efficient to fit into my world, because my life is super busy. In terms of my work life, I'm running a company, the Community Leadership Core. I'm building my team. I'm managing the team in the Community Leadership Core. I'm working with customers every week in the Community Leadership Core, you know, growing the business, optimizing the website and the product and selling and all those different pieces. That in itself is more than a full-time job. And then outside of that, you know, I've got my wife and my son and friends, and I like to make music as well. So YouTube has had to fit into that world in some capacity, and it's been hard. It's been hard to find and make the time for it. And you will have seen that there's been periods of time where I've not uploaded, right? And that's because I've just gotten super busy. But to me, when that happens, that's when we need to build better workflow. So now how we're coming up with ideas and how they're getting edited and how I'm building out the scripts, and that's become much more efficient. And I'm really excited about the changes that I've made. So my goal is to continue doing that into 2025. I also want to explore what the topics are for this channel, right? I've realized in 2024 that a lot of the content I was putting out was super niche, very focused specifically on people who are building online communities, and where I talk about Discord and discourse and how to spin up communities and things like that. And I'm now exploring whether we broaden it a little bit. I don't want to become like a very generic channel, but I'd like to broaden it out and talk a little bit more about not just how to build audiences and fans and communities, but also just what's involved in doing that work. Like, how do we focus on progress over perfection? How do we pick ourselves up from, when we experience failures and challenges? How do we focus on defining audiences? How do we pick the right kind of tools and platforms? But this is the area where I'm most challenged. Like, the hardest bit of this is not making the videos, is not writing the scripts and making the videos and doing the thumbnails. It's figuring out what you folks want, right? And I mentioned this earlier on in this video. I would love, love, love if you could tell me like what you want to see, what you want me to focus on in terms of the videos that I'm putting together. I can't promise you that I'll make videos on that because it depends on what the topic's going to be. But I'd love your input on that. And my plan is to just like keep going, like progress over perfection. There's a great video out there that MKHBD, who's a big YouTuber, big tech YouTuber, put out there when he had his like, it was his 100th video. And he said, like, I want to thank all of my 70 subscribers, right? And it just shows that YouTube is a grind. It takes a lot of time, a lot of work. But what I love about this, and while it's been sometimes frustrating and challenging because you put a lot of effort into these videos and spend a lot of money on these videos and they only get like a couple hundred views, what's so rewarding is that all the skills that I'm developing and learning from going through this process are skills that can be applicable in multiple different areas of the work that I'm doing. And it's just really rewarding when one of those videos takes off. And when I see those comments, every time you folks, let me be very clear about something, not just for me, but for other people who are doing YouTube. Every time you leave a comment on a YouTube video where you say, I like this video, I found this useful, I found this helpful. Every time you do that, it gives that YouTuber a dopamine hit. Every time one of you leaves a comment on my videos and you say, this is really helpful, it makes me feel good. And that gives me the motivation to keep going and keep cranking through it. So anyway, that was it. Love you all. Thank you so much for supporting me in 2024. It's a work in progress. I appreciate you being part of the journey with me, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.